Well, the president using his State of the Union speech to launch his latest push, raising this country's minimum wage from $7.25 to $9 an hour. But what effect would that have on jobs and the economy? Joining us for a fair and balanced debate, Democratic strategist Mark Hanna and Republican strategist and Fox News contributor Tony Saig. Welcome to you both.
Great to see you, Tucker.
Mark, is this how economics works? Government just passes a law and everyone becomes more prosperous? That sounds like magic to me.
I don't think $9 an hour exactly equals prosperity in the sense that we understand, but no, this is how the American economics has worked for, decades and decades, and it's consistent with the best traditions of American capitalism. You saw in the 1960s, the minimum wage was well over $10 by today's standards, and unemployment went down. Every time we've let the minimum wage dwindle, unemployment has gone up. It happened in the 80s. But look, what matters in a capitalist economy is that people have money to spend. Capitalist economies, as you know, Tucker, are driven on consumption and production. So Henry Ford, no less an American capitalist than Henry Ford himself, knew that he had to pay his workers enough money so that they could afford the cars that they were building on the assembly line.
Right.
This is something that Henry Ford would support today if he were alive, and I think a lot of my friends in the business community have come out and said that they support the president's
Well, they'd already be doing it
to increase the minimum wage to $9 an hour.
They wouldn't need government. Now, Tony, if this works, if this magic pass a law, people get more money idea actually works, why $9? Why not make it $40 an hour?
Well, exactly right, Tucker. I mean, it's a very arbitrary number, and even a guy like Mark Hanna from the left thinks it's not enough. So you're always going to have that argument that it should go up. But Mark Hanna's example of Henry Ford is exactly why you don't need the government to make these decisions for you. The free market makes these determinations based on wanting to recruit and retain good employees. And the minimum wage is not something that people generally live off of. This is one of the biggest canards that I think was perpetuated by the president's speech. He put this, kind of narrative out there that, you're raising a family of 2 kids on a minimum wage, that somehow it's, 2 family incomes or 2 people working, and working poor rather, who are benefiting from this. Only 4.7%, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, of minimum wage earning people fall into the category the president describes. 49% are people under 24 years old who are working, and they're the ones who are going to be the most negative.
Hold on, Mark. I want to get back to something you just said a minute ago. You said you know business owners who are in favor of this. I wonder why business owners themselves haven't come up with this in the first place. You're telling me that the president, very little experience in the private sector, knows more about economics than business owners? Is that what you're saying?
I'll tell you one thing. First, I just want to clear up something, because I think Tony was being a little bit disingenuous. Well over a quarter of the people that make minimum wage now are parents. But no, this is something that the government has to come up with. Business owners know, and the ones I've spoken with said, we can't pay our workers a little bit more when the competition is paying them $7.50 an hour, $7.25 an hour. There's a competitive pressure to pay workers as little as possible to increase their productivity.
So when we take out the competition, we get more efficiency.
We increase the baseline to $9 an hour, and again, $7.25 an hour. We're talking about $14,500 a year.
That's not gentlemen, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, sadly, we're out of time. We could keep going with this because it's fascinating. $50 an hour, we could get there. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Then no hassle, healthy food, no problem.